Scott Robertson has named his All Blacks squad for the opening rounds of the Rugby Championship, where the All Blacks play Argentina in Argentina. Some interesting selections in the squad, but what I love most about it is the size of the squad. Players coming in as injury cover that might not play, but will be exposed to what it takes to be an All Black and the standards set by the All Blacks. And this can only be good for the All Blacks going forward. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the squad. What do you think of the inclusions, the new guys being brought in? What do you think of some of the guys left out? Who would you have in the squad that wasn't selected? And who wouldn't you have in the squad that was selected? Let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So, All Blacks squad announced for the Rugby Championship. Like I said, the first two games in Argentina versus Los Pumas. Going to be tough games. And it'll be interesting to see how this All Black squad goes with all the injuries that they do have within the squad. Still a stacked squad, and love to see it. Like I said, love to see the size of the squad as well. You want to expose guys to that level, to see the standards it takes to be an All Black, everything about it, so that they become a little bit comfortable in the environment. I say comfortable. You don't want to necessarily be comfortable in an environment, because you always want to be learning. You want to be on your toes. You want to be ready to do whatever is needed, but you want to also be relaxed and know people around you have been there, done it before. Easier said than done, but I still like the size of it. That's when injuries come. You can bring guys in, and they've been there before. They know what it takes and can slot in like that. So we'll get through the squad. We'll talk about some of the omissions or some of the guys that weren't included, and then we'll talk about some of the guys that were included. So we've got hookers, Brodie McAllister, Samisoni Tokiaho, and Cody Taylor. No surprises there. That was the hookers for the French test or the French incoming series. So no surprises there. Good to see them all fit. There's no stars next to their names. They're raring to go, the hookers. Props, we've got Ethan de Groot, Tyrell Lomax, Fletcher Newell, Ollie Norris, Pasilio Tossi, and Tamaiti Williams. So 2 stars by Tyrell Lomax and Tamaiti Williams, guys that are still kind of recovering from injury. I don't even know if these guys will go to Argentina, because I don't think they'll be ready or fit in time. I think Tamaiti Williams might be fit in time. But then they've brought in George Bauer and Tavita Mafileo. That's his first inclusion in an All Black squad. How good for Tavita. George Bauer obviously coming in. He's been there, done it before. But still, you've got Ethan de Groot, Fletcher Newell, Ollie Norris, Pasilio Tossi, these guys without stars next to their names, fully fit, ready to go. You've got depth in the front row. You've got depth. Then you've got George Bauer and Tavita Mafileo. You've got depth in the front row. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how they go about it, and if someone like Mafileo could get a debut off the bench or starting. If so. Then in the locks, you've got Scott Barrett, captain, Fabian Holland, Patrick Tuipulotu, Tupovai. Again, no asterisks next to these guys' names. I know Scott Barrett is coming back from an injury. He must be fully fit and ready to go. Obviously with the captain's armband next to his name. Josh Lord is coming as injury cover. It wasn't announced, but we saw on social media that Naitua Akoi was joined or was part of the All Black squad with the French incoming series. I don't know why he wasn't included in this squad, why they've brought Josh Lord in. I thought Akoi, when you look at it, who plays well in the Super Rugby season, Akoi has been fantastic for the Chiefs. He covers that back row as well. So interesting to see in that regard. I don't know, they don't really need back row cover here because the amount of back rowers that they've included in this squad. But still, Josh Lord is a lot taller. They're going for that. I mean, you have someone to pair up with Fabian Holland. You want someone tall because Fabian Holland he's been unreal. The find of the year so far. So again, not too worried about that, but just a question mark as to why Josh Lord over someone like Akoi. Then in the loose forwards, we've got Sammy Penny-Finau, Luke Jacobson, Peter Lakai, Simon Parker on debut or a new cap included in Duplessis Karifi, Ari Savia, and Wallace Atiti back involved. This back row is stacked. You're looking at someone like Christian Leawili, who's left out, who played outstandingly well versus the French. It could be hard done by there. But then you look at some of the guys that were brought in. Peter Lakai has been injured. He's brought back in. Wallace Atiti been injured. He's brought back in. These guys are fantastic, fitting kind of more a mold of how Razor wants to play in that regard. Guys that are fetchers, higher work rate. And then you look at someone like Simon Parker, new cap, big body, physical. He's giving you all of that stuff, can carry, get you strong, carries like that, get you over the advantage line. And that's something that they definitely want. And you're coming up against the big dogs now, Argentina and then South Africa. That is what you want. Luke Jacobson, obviously there with the asterisk next to his name, recovering from injury. But you've got Finau, Lakai, Parker, Karifi, Savia, Satiti, strong backups there for sure. Halfbacks, this is the big ones here, is Noah Hotham, Cortez Ratima, Cam Roygard. Hotham and Ratima with asterisks next to their names. Hotham likely to be out for most of the Rugby Championship. Roygard is likely to be out for the opening round, so the first 2 rounds, I'm guessing. So Cortez Ratima likely to start, and then you've got guys like Finlay Christie, and then the big man, Kyle Preston, new cap involved. And I hope he gets game time. I would see Ratima start, and then Finlay Christie on the bench for the first game. Hopefully, in the second game, Ratima starts, and then someone like Kyle Preston gets a game off the bench, because man, the rise that he's had wasn't starting for the Crusaders. Hotham gets injured in that first game. Kyle Preston comes on, scores a hat-trick on debut for the Crusaders, and has been outstanding throughout the whole Super Rugby season. Talk about work rate, determination, and just never give up. That's Kyle Preston. Fantastic. If you haven't heard his story, go listen to What a Lad. Inspirational stuff. Then the first fives, Bowden Barrett, Damien McKenzie, was like no question marks around that. Was maybe thinking of bringing in another out-and-out 10, but you've got someone like Ruben Love that can cover there as well. And these guys are class, man. They're class. So it's more leaning towards what happens in the coming years. A younger 10 coming through. That's something that All Blacks will definitely have to look towards later on. Then you've got the midfielders in Jordie Barrett, Anton Leonard-Brown, Billy Proctor, Timothy Tavatavanawai, and Quinn Tupaia. These guys, they were selected in the French series. Obviously, Anton Leonard-Brown coming in, and these guys are selected again. No surprises there. Giving you front football. Love to see Jordie Barrett as vice captain. He's been outstanding. No surprises there at all. Then in the outside backs, who've got Caleb Clark, Rico Ioane, Will Jordan, Ruben Love, Imoni Narawai, Sevu Reese, and you've got the big man, Leroy Carter, Boomfa. Sorry, I almost got too excited there, knocked my speaker off. Boomfa. Leroy Carter covering wings. I saw he played for Bay of Plenty. He played at 13 on the weekend, so covering centre if need be. Outstanding, being unreal for the Chiefs this year, coming from New Zealand Sevens into Chiefs, into Super Rugby, into the 15-man game, and doing bits. Love to see it. Hopefully gets an opportunity, although the back three is stacked. You've got, yes, Caleb Clark has got the injury there, but you've still got Rico Ioane, Will Jordan, Ruben Love, Narawai, Sevu Reese. But hoping Leroy Carter, maybe in that second test, versus Argentina, can get a game. But still, like I said, even though these injury cover guys might not be playing or might not get game time, they're still getting involved, and you're then seeing the expectations and the standards set by everyone around what it takes to be an All Black. And I said it in a video I did last week about the injury crisis the All Blacks had leading up to the Rugby Championship. And I said around their squad size, they need to have bigger squad sizes so that guys can see what it takes, see their some of their game plans or how they want to play, what's expected from the coaches. And they've done that here. Razor listens to Kick On Rugby. Cheers, Razor. He's made a bigger squad and love to see it. What do you guys think of it? Carl, I've already got predicted All Blacks starting 15 and 23 man squad ready to go, in my head at least, but it will be out later this week. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see start? Who are you most excited to see play out of these newcomers? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.